The forest beyond the circles. Trauma, shadow, and the real vertical. I've lived a life where people, South Africans, Indians, black coworkers, gravitated to me. Not because I'm special, but because I treated them like humans, not categories. In high school, I was mistaken for a part of an Indian tribe just for sitting with them, talking like they were regular people. My black friends later told me they could tell there was something different about me. I get it now. It's the double consciousness W.E.B. Du Bois wrote about. That split awareness of being seen and seeing yourself through others' eyes. I was raised a second-class citizen, treated less than, for reasons I couldn't control. It wasn't a shock, it was Tuesday. But when my wife, someone who'd never tasted that, got hit with it during COVID, treated like a virus instead of a person, it floored her. For me, it just pissed me off. That's the difference trauma makes. It's not the blow itself, it's whether you're braced for it. That's where my theory comes in. You can't erase racism or trauma by pretending they don't exist. Look at my wife, blindsided because no one ever prepped her for the shadow. The real fix isn't banning the dark. It's teaching people it's there in everyone. Jung called it the shadow, that Nazi prison guard lurking in all of us. If we're not surprised by it, we can face it. Oh, I like that. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah, Jung called it the shadow, that Nazi prison guard lurking in all of us. If we're not surprised by it, we can face it. Not with shock, but with grit. That's the only way through. I love that. That's a Dante reference. Then you've got folks like Jordan Peterson and John Vervaeke, swimming in circles, talking about a vertical dimension, some higher direction to pull us all out of the mess. They're onto something, sure. Peterson's helped people claw out of chaos. Vervaeke's got a brain for meaning that's hard to ignore. But they're lost in the forest for the trees, captured by their audiences, their merch, and their egos. They're rehashing old ideas, the summum bonum, the greater good, and slapping a secular label on it. I told my wife it's just, quote, religion for the secular losers, end quote, a backdoor to transcendence for people who won't admit they're craving something bigger. And more so, what I meant is they don't want to give up on the ego that they have built for their whole life, this reputation, they're too wrapped up in self. Peterson even name-dropped the imitatio Christi, the imitation of Christ, as a vertical pointer. But he dodged the heavy hitters, Nietzsche and Jung. That's where it gets juicy. Nietzsche saw the imitatio Christi as a fantasy, a rejection of this world for some afterlife delusion, slave morality dressed up as virtue. He turned it into a war cry for agency, for grabbing life by the throat. Jung, though, he saw it as a roadmap, an archetype for individuation, becoming a whole by wrestling the unconscious into shape. His red book's proof, a chaotic plunge into the self that spits you out remade. Peterson skips all that, keeps it tidy, but he's missing the tension. Nietzsche's right. It can be a cop-out if you let it. Jung's right, too. It can guide you if you're open. Strip a few words, and a Hindu, a Buddhist, anyone could read it and find their own metanoia, that total shift of mind. Heck, Rick Strassman even tied Jung's Red Book to altered states, a psychological anastasis, a resurrection of the self. But here's the kicker. It doesn't have to be the imitation of Christ. My wife said it the other day, doing the dishes, serving others. That's St. Teresa's little way. That can spark the same intuition, the same journey. It's not about the vessel, it's about the eyes you bring. Swami Vivekananda saw syncretism in everything. Jung's active imagination cracked open the psyche with whatever was at hand. Almost anything can wake you up. Trauma taught me that. I've lived it, braced for the shadow when others weren't. Peterson and Vervaeke are circling the pool, splashing about with their vertical talk. But the force bigger than their ripples. Teach people the dark that's there, in them, in others, before it hits. That's the real vertical. Not some lofty ideal, but the ground you stand on when the blow comes. Jung called that place, and Nietzsche called it basho. In Japanese, that's the warrior prepared for battle at the place of battle. That is my idea of trauma, of being better than your previous self, as Hemingway said, as the Germans have a word for it. It's called Bildung. It just means self-cultivation, and it's Jung's individuation. And the heart of that is simply being better than your previous self. But on that, thank you.